Hello, it's Rachel Fountain here of Finders Keepers Crafts. I'm in the woods and I am looking at King Alfred's cakes. You may have seen these little puppies. This is growing on the fallen ash tree. Ash is one of those great trees you don't need to season to burn. It will actually burn green. There's some lovely old folklore stories with that as well. The King Alfred cake comes from Alfred the Great. He was one who basically saved the English language as we know it now. England actually spoke French officially as its language for 100 years. He was famous for fighting Danes. How this gets its funny little name is basically he took refuge from fighting the Vikings in an old lady's house, and she said, "Look after my cakes in the oven." And of course, being a royal, he had better things to do, I'm sure. And he forgot, and they burnt, and therefore, in his shame, he grabbed them and threw them into the forest, and that's the story how they magically appear on these trees. They were also very often found on elders as well, which has got fantastic fables about and whatnot as well. Haw as well, which is also we've been looking at, is smells of death and sex. There is a chemical that it releases, is the same thing as when a body decomposes, and that sort of time when the flowers as now are coming out in May, the young folk will be allowed to go into the woodlands to do some pagan, heathen sort of ceremonies. And there's some lovely stories about laying a crown of haw onto a maiden's head, much like they did to Jesus, and then also that she would come and sit on his knee at the same time. So if we have a look, this is absolutely mottled of these things. It looks like some sort of weird alien octopus. I just want to show you what happens if you pick these. You think, what a great idea. As our ancestors had done, you can put a little fire onto this, just with a light or whatever, and it start blowing on it, and it will start glowing like a piece of charcoal. And our ancestors of this land would have carried these around to create, so they can have fire. This would be a hand warmer. You can still use that, it's quite safe. If you do collect it and then you put it on your windowsill, your radiator at home, it will spore like a mad thing. Like, you know, it will start to crumble like a charcoal you see in the centre there, and then eventually you'll get it, just like all good mushrooms do, they send their spores out and you get that all over everything. So there's a few things about a few trees and some things that grow on it. Yeah, so there's so much more than just sort of what is out there, what can I eat, why is it called what it is, how does that relate to today, and what can we learn and use these wonderful things for. So I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you later.